Hey y'all, this is Jessie with our latest episode of GunGals Live. We have a fun show planned for y'all and are excited to get to it. But first, let's run through tonight's panel. We have Armintha. How's it going?
Good. Glad to be here tonight. Yay.
Yay. We also have Stacey. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. We also have Aaron. How's it going?
Well, I have just had two back-to-back convention weekends, and I am exhausted. I never expected I would be popular, but apparently I am. So, hey, all.
Well, we are glad that you could make it. Tonight, we also have Clover Tack. Thank you for joining us. How's it going?
As well. Thanks for the invite.
Before we get started, we want to give a huge shout out to our awesome Patreon supporters, Clever Tack, Ghost Tactical, GA Trucker, Angry Hay Cutter, The Gun Snob, Gizzard Gary, Budget Guns and Gear Reviews, and thank you for your support to Gun Gals. On this week's episode, we are going to be talking about videos, types, and styles. So, Arminthia.
Hey, Arminthia, what? No. No. I actually came across this idea simply because I still have another cleaning video to do. And I don't want all my intros to be the same. And so I was actually looking for ideas on different ways to do intros. And I know that CloverTack does this whole nerd chat, but he's usually got a bigger panel and it's the guys, and a lot of them know a little bit more than what I do. And they've probably not got to research stuff kind of like what I do. But I'm still I've had my program for like a year and I'm still learning how to use it. I'm still, I just figured out the whole picture in picture within the past month or so. So when I came across this whole list of different styles and types of videos that you could do, I was like, oh my gosh, this would be awesome. And something that we could definitely talk about, because I know that Clover does several different styles and types of videos. And I kind of was curious and wanted to pick his brain a little bit and kind of see how y'all felt about it, because I know we all, Erin's still kind of new with the whole video thing. She's more with podcasts and stuff, but I kind of want to see how y'all are about and y'all's thoughts on different styles of videos and stuff, because I don't want it to be the same all the time. I want to keep people interested in what I'm doing.
Well, I want to jump in a little bit. I did make videos starting about 2014, and I did unboxing videos for a particular survival and prepper themed box. But first of all, it took way too much time. And secondly, because I don't like how I look, I mostly just focused on my hands. So, I can do videos. I didn't think they were very good. But I'm not the complete virgin you make me out to be. I just decided, no, I'm more of a writing and voice kind of person.
Okay. I mean, yeah. So currently, is there a certain style of video that you ladies do, or y'all just kind of basic? I think most of us kind of are. I think I've started stepping out a lot more here lately. Did you get a chance to look at the list, Jessie?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. But for me, I do like where you can add different pieces. Tardot has the more fancy editing software on his phone. I've got all your free stuff, so I am limited on what I'm allowed to do, and I'm not really sure how to get really creative with the options available. But the stuff that he has, you can change voice, you can change a whole bunch of stuff. So it's really cool being able to kind of play with all of that.
Very nice. What about you, Stacey?
Right now it's been pretty much basic. I mean, I'm not even really, I mean, my husband's really doing all the editing and all the other stuff to it. He pretty much just comes out there and videotapes me. I haven't got real into the tech part of it. I mean, I will eventually as I start doing more, but right now we'll leave it at that right now while I'm working and stuff because I've been so busy.
Okay. So, Erin, with the unboxing and stuff, were there certain types of or styles of videos that you did?
No, it was just basically the same type. So what I did was I got a webcam and I put it on a tripod and I faced the camera down or at an angle so that all you saw were my hands and whatever I was manipulating. And so, all right, you would see me open the box, I'd pull something out, and you would just see my hands and the thing, and I would be talking into a microphone, and it was very minimal. Well, first of all, if I am reviewing the contents of a box, you want to see the content. You don't need to see me, and that saved me the time of having to make myself look presentable. And so it was just very rudimentary. It's like, yeah, here's the thing, and I'll show it to you. And I never really varied from that. And it worked for as long as I made them. The problem for me was that as I became more skilled with making the videos, I became more demanding. And at first, I would just do it all in one single cut. And if I screwed up, I screwed up. I just continued on. And my first one was like 20 minutes or something. And I was able to cut it down to about half, but I became more and more perfectionist. Oh, I flubbed there, so I've got to cut it. And the time it took to edit it and then upload it it became way too much work for the amount of interest I was getting, which was little to none. I mean, if I had a bunch of people who were just clamoring for more videos, okay, I'd do it. But it was like, I think I had maybe 5 people watching. It was just, it's not worth it for me. So I'm sorry. I'm kind of the stick in the mud here. I don't have a lot to offer, but I am listening intently to what the rest of y'all have to say.
All right. That's fair enough. Before we bring Clover in, I'm going to run this through since Erin kind of brought this up. Because she was talking about having to make herself presentable and stuff. How are you ladies about that? I mean, do you have to go and do the whole makeup, hair, all that stuff before you do a video?
Yes, sometimes.
Oh, thank God it's not just me.
Okay, so if it's going to be something that it's going to be a quick video, I can mom bun yoga pants the video. But if it's something that it's going to require some detail, then yeah, I try to get my nails looking pretty, my hair, my makeup, everything to where somebody's not going to sit there and get scared looking at the video.
Okay. What about you, Stacey?
If it's just going out there and doing a little bit of range time where it's not going to be like, really close up for me, I'll just make sure my hair is brushed and, have nice clothes on or whatever. If it's going to be more of me talking into the camera and stuff, I'll at least try and have makeup on. I don't do much with my hair besides run and brush through it, but I'll make sure I'm not wearing, sweats and a ratty t-shirt. I always make sure I at least dress presentable and, like I said, if I'm talking right in the camera, I'll at least go put some makeup on and stuff. But if it's just out there shooting a gun, it's going to be a 5-10 minute video shooting guns or something. I don't. Not makeup wise anyways.
Okay. Now me, I'm a little different because there are going to be times where I'm going to go the whole 9 yards. I'm going to do the makeup, the hair. And then there are other times that I'm not going to do either. And my hair is always going to be, it may be bunned up, but here in Texas, depending on what the weather's like, it may be so humid that it doesn't matter what I do, even if I pull it up, unless I just put a whole bunch of hairspray in it or something. It's going to frizz. But I think that's one of the things about my channel, though, because I want it to show all the sides. So, you're going to get something different almost every time out of me, depending on what video you're watching. So, which I think is true with most women. As much as I would like to think, most of us are like, I have to be presentable before I do this, or I have to be this. We all have that day where, hey, we're just not doing the whole makeup thing. We're not doing the whole hair thing. And I know, like Erin was talking about being the perfectionist and having, not wanting to make mistakes and stuff. But on mine, I actually want to show some of my mistakes. I've even, pointed out like some of my failures and things. But I think that's all part of, it depends on what your channel is all about.
Well, it also helps that you've got a lot of self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And you're comfortable showing your mistakes. You're comfortable showing yourself not at your best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely am, because that's who I am, though. So, yeah. Okay, so.
I didn't mean to embarrass you.
No, but all right, Clover. So, with your channel, I know I've not shown you this list, but you actually showcase a lot of different styles of videos. So how do you decide what kind of style of video you want to do, depending on your project or whatever? I kind of want to know how you go about that.
It's pretty much all going to be goal oriented. I think overall, a mistake, I don't know that it's a mistake. I guess it's just depending on the channel and what you've got going. But if you're talking YouTube specifically, because of algorithmic issues, potential political bias issues, attention span of viewer, notification issues, and a whole host of other problems that we run into, unfortunately, on the YouTube side of things. I think that there are people that do multi-style videos. They'll do it all in one, where it'll be an unboxing, an opinion, a review, a test, sort of all in one. And they call that a review a lot of times, but there's multiple elements of it that I think is a mistake. And I think that's a mistake because not only are you putting all of your eggs in the one basket of that video that potentially YouTube is going to strike down, is not going to push out to people, is, whatever the case may be, or it be entirely too long for most people to click on. They look at it and it's a 20-minute video, or it could be a 5, and they're like, I've got that kind of time, I'll watch it later, and they never do. Or, God forbid, there's another video right in line when they do a search that's a shorter video, but basically the same subject matter. They're going to click on that one. They're not going to click on yours. So I think it's, you run a risk in that aspect. But you run another, I want to say you run another risk. That's not the right phrasing. But to me, it doesn't make sense. If, let's say, a company sends you a product, then You do one 20-minute video, you're done. And of course, you spend a lot more time, obviously, with production, with filming than 20 minutes. But let's say the runtime on that is 20 minutes. You do one video, you're done. There's really no more exposure. They've sent you this, you're working with this company and you've done one thing for them. And potentially it doesn't get the exposure that it's supposed to. So it makes more sense to me to break that down and say, okay, well, I've got this. I can do an unboxing. I can do a benchtop review where you go over features, specifications, things like that. I can do some testing videos. You can do a variety of different testing videos. Don't lump them all together. If you're talking about a firearm, do a reliability test. Do what am I thinking? Do a reliability test. Do an accuracy test, and make those separate. And then, do your opinion videos, final thoughts, or whatever it might be. Do all that separate, and then not only at that point have you given that company, or even that, I don't say that company, I mean, you could be dealing with an issue of some sort. It might not even be a company, but whatever it is, you've got multiple pieces of content. So you're building your library, you're getting, more people out there, you're casting a wider net, all of that kind of stuff. So, and to what Aaron was saying, don't discount. I mean, if you're out there and you don't want to be on camera, there's plenty of people that are super successful in the video sphere that don't show up on camera. I do the benchtop reviews, whatever that I do. It's predominantly my hands. I've gotten to where, if I feel like it, quite honestly, don't have anything to do with me looking pretty, because I'm not going to look pretty regardless. But if I feel like it, I will usually cut a hook and a release, and I'll start out with the hook, then I'll go into the benchtop where it's my hands, and then finish up with that release. And then the camera is not on me, because Aaron's absolutely right. It's sort of pointless to me, and it aggravates me too. And I'm getting off on a little bit of a tangent with this one, but when she said that, it reminded me of when people gripe, like you've got the Yankee Marshall chat, for example. He's got crap internet like we do, and so his stream is not HD. It's nowhere even close, and people come in and complain about it. Oh, you're filming on a potato or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, first of all, for me, it's about the conversation. It's about the information, and it's about the words. That's, if I'm doing a benchtop review or something like that, then Aaron's right. It's about the information. It's about what you're showing. It's about the features and manipulating whatever the item is and that sort of thing. If you're talking about something like one of these, something like a live stream, it's about the conversation. So if people out there that get all hung up on the quality of the video when it's something that's about the conversation. Let's think, for example, you were talking about, let's get away from the view and let's go to, we're dealing with what we did recently, let's say, the 1639 Legal Defense Fund for our friends up in Washington, right? And cutting videos for that. If people come in while I'm in front of a camera or something and I'm talking about that and they want to dog on the quality of the video, then they're missing the point entirely. What they need to be doing is listening to what I'm saying, not paying attention, not looking at me. There's a difference between looking and listening.
Okay, very good. Very good. Ghost just joined in. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
I'm sorry I'm late. I just got home.
No, that's fine. We understand. We are discussing types and styles of videos. And what the question that we just asked Clover was, how does he decide, and what kind of what goes through his mind when he decides what kind of video he wants to do? Because I really didn't realize there were as many styles of videos that you could do.
What do you mean? What
Well-
types of videos?
Well, when I say that, okay, so I found this list. I was looking at ways to do intro videos, different styles and stuff, right? And I come across different types of videos that you could do. It included intro videos, thank you videos, interviews, testimonials. You could interview yourself, do the frequently asked questions, product demos, video tours, response videos, a video quiz, presentation. I mean, that's only like a third of the list. I mean, this list is like really actually kind of cool. I know one of them that I thought was really cool that you could make like a video ad, which really made me think of you.
I might can put it into terms that a Marine might can understand here.
What are you
Hey,
saying?
What they're getting at is, you do an unboxing video, a range
Yeah, I
video, an
understand.
accuracy test video. That's what they're getting at. Yeah.
Yeah. How do I decide what type of video I'm going to make that time?
Yeah.
If you were to see my whiteboard, it's a little bit of beautiful chaos as far as the different projects and different videos that are planned. And honestly, it comes down to what video I have the time for at that moment. Sometimes, I might need to get a gun review or a range video or something. But if I'm not able to get to the range for whatever reason, then I might have, let's say, an hour right then and there to shoot a video. And at that point, I'll go look at the whiteboard and say, okay, what can I get done in about an hour? And at that point, it really depends on the time that I have. And then obviously, is it a pressing issue? Is it something that's a current event? Something that needs to be time sensitive? With products that I'm sent that I have to get stuff done, sometimes they're very time sensitive, so I have to make time for those. But if it's just making a video, honestly, there are times where I'll wake up in the morning and driving to work or something, and I'll say, oh, that's a great idea for a video. Or I'll watch another video and say, oh, that's a great idea for a video. And I cut it. So I really don't have any rhyme or reason. A lot of it comes down to time and then what's time sensitive and what I need to get done.
Okay. So how did you come up, because I really thought this was really cool. So how did you come up with the whole video that you did?
The infomercial.
There you go.
Okay.
You knew what
honestly,
I was saying.
Yeah. Honestly, I like to have fun with some of my stuff, and I like to have a good time, laugh about stuff, but also maybe get some info out there. Honestly, I was probably watching TV one night or something, saw an infomercial, and it's like, I'm so tired of these things. But wait, there's more. And I was like, well, that would be kind of a cool idea to do. And so it was just something I saw on TV, and I thought I could do that. So I promise you, like Clover said, I'm just a dumb Marine. I'm not smart enough to come up with this stuff on my own. Most of the time, I steal ideas from other people.
Yeah, but you made it totally yours, which I really enjoyed it. Do any of y'all have a question at the moment? Anybody have a question?
Not a serious one.
Okay. You can ask it though.
Just because so much has been mentioned about him being a Marine, I feel compelled to ask, in good humor, what's your favorite crayon flavor?
Oh, everyone knows this is great for sure.
That actually does match with what my other Marine friends have said, that the purple ones taste the best.
They do.
All right, thanks.
Great question.
I won't ask about the bowling balls. I'm sorry that I was swallowing something and I didn't get it done. What I said was, I won't ask about the bowling balls.
Oh,
I don't know what the bowling balls are.
It is an off-color joke that I will be happy to tell you when we're off the air.
I would love to hear it.
okay. Okay. So within this, list, I found a couple that I thought were really kind of cool, and kind of wanted to throw them out there and kind of see what y'all thought and stuff about some of these. I know challenge videos are a big deal right now. And I say right now, I mean, they've been a big deal, I think, since I've kind of started this. They kind of come and go. So what are y'all's thoughts on challenge videos?
Okay, well, what do you mean by challenge videos? Are you talking like the ice bucket challenge?
Oh,
or...
no, within the firearm community, they actually do challenge videos within the challenge. I mean, within the... Okay,
yeah,
so
it's all firearm related.
See, if I don't know what it is, likely other listeners don't know what it is. So maybe explain for us who don't know.
Some of them are, someone will do a video and challenge other creators to, you know, some sort of take action or whatever. Hey, to bring awareness to this, we're challenging everyone to get involved with this movement or to donate to this or to promote this, and more of a call to action challenge, more like.
Okay, that actually does sound like the ice bucket challenge. You know, hey, we're going to call you up by name, and you either need to give money or dump ice over your head. So this is basically the same thing, just involving guns.
Well, and Clover can explain it more. He's done some stuff lately, in coinciding with Yankee Marshall, saying there's 1639 and there's the SAF and a private business in Washington State are challenging 1639 in the courts, and they're challenging the gun channels and the gun community to get involved and donate money to help with the attorney's fees and the court expenses of this case. So more like activism / fundraising type. And Clover did one, so he can probably tell you better than I can.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That's done a good job. But yeah, Clover, if you are the subject matter expert here, by all means, weigh in.
I don't know about subject matter expert, but it's as simple as one here a few months back. Somebody put out one, and it was just, I think they called it the 2A challenge or something, and it was simply just they wanted everybody to make a video, put out a video, and what the Second Amendment meant for them. So I mean, pretty much that simple. What Ghost was talking about is the Yankee Marshal, was helping out with the 1639 Legal Defense Fund, which actually I mentioned before. And that is trying to help raise money for the legal coffers for the Second Amendment Foundation to fight that legislation in court up in Washington State. When he put that out and kind of challenged everybody, not really to make videos or anything, it's not really how that started. He challenged more to, for people to match his donation. Well, I can't match his donation. So, and other people couldn't. So that's where it started, was basically with matching his donation. And then he come back and, he was mainly challenging a lot of the really big firearm related channels, not only to match his donation, but to make videos to bring awareness to the situation. Sadly, most of them didn't. Thankfully, a lot of smaller ones, myself included, did jump on board. I did donate, even though I couldn't match his donation. I did donate to the cause, of course, and then turned around and made actually 2 different videos. I put one out that was bringing awareness and at telling people that, hey, no matter where you live in this country, kick in $5, $10, something to the cause, because there's way more at play, especially that being in that that particular district. As far as the courts, if we can beat that legislation in that court, that's going to be huge deal for California and potentially Hawaii and some other states. But also, I turned around after that and was thinking, well, we need to get some of the companies and stuff involved as well. And so I actually did a friendly challenge video. It wasn't nearly as brazen as some of the stuff the Yankee Marshal does, but a friendly challenge video, and just put it out there with the companies that I have dealt with as a creator. Ones that maybe support me, maybe they sent me stuff for T&E, that sort of thing, and just basically called them out and made them aware of what's going on, and asked that, hey, if I know you're a company, whatever, if you care about the Second Amendment, maybe you kick a few bucks into this, maybe you share this video or another video, not being greedy with views. I don't care if you share somebody else's video talking about the same thing. It doesn't matter to me as long as the word gets out. And then I was able to take that video, share it, and then tag all of those companies as well. So, that type of stuff. But I mean, on a simplistic level, the first one I was talking about with the 2A challenge, that's a lot of what, I think that's a lot of what you see too. It's just really, really little simple things that sort of, I don't know, I guess it's fun in a way. I mean, it kind of gives you an idea of who out there, other creators out there that are actually team players in a way. And yeah, that's all I got, I guess.
Yeah, it's being mentioned in the chat, like the blind challenge that
yeah, that was a cool
one.
one. I forgot about that. That was a cool one. That one was Patriot in the Dark, who is blind firearm owner, obviously. Challenged everybody to, because it's extremely difficult, and you don't realize if you are a sighted person, you do not realize when you're doing these reviews and going through things, you do not realize that if you've got blind people listening to that, again, we fall back to what I talked to before with people complaining that you're filming on a camera or a potato or something as a camera. You've got people that's not paying attention. Well, as creators, we take our sight for granted a lot of times, and we say, oh, push this little knob here. Well, that doesn't help the person that's blind that's listening to that, because they can't see where you're pointing. So his challenge was designed to take your firearm apart, basically to field strip your firearm, and blindfold yourself while you do it, or at least honestly close your eyes. I didn't actually blindfold myself. I just closed my eyes, and do it that way and be very descriptive. Say, well, if you're touching the inside of the grip, if you run up along the inside of a grip, then you'll find the trigger guard. And then right above the trigger guard, there's this little lever that's, maybe a half-inch long. And if you push down on that lever, and being really descriptive with it, so that if people that had issues, not even blind, I mean, they might even be completely blind, but are not able to pick things up visually, then it would be beneficial for them. And he got a lot of responses to that. I think he's got over like 50 or 60 responses. So that, what was cool about that is people contributing to that challenge contributed to a library of basically audio instruction for people out there that are blind, on how to field strip particular firearms. So it was fun to participate. It was a learning experience for those of us that were sighted that got involved in that particular challenge. But then ultimately, there's this catalog of videos that will forever be out there on the interwebs.
I'm sorry, I just think interwebs sounds funny.
Okay. So, we're going to move right along then. So, looking at some of these other types and styles of videos, there are blooper videos, which I've actually done that because it takes a lot sometimes for me to get one that's done right. I know that Ghost actually likes using editing software a lot, where Clover does not. With Photoshop, though, I enjoy using some of my Photoshop to make some of my stuff for my videos. One of the video styles here talks about asking your viewers questions. Does that mean you just, I mean, I want kind of what your take is. Do you do graphics with it? Do you just ask point blank as just to keep them active with your comments, and is this a good thing?
I'll utilize 3 different methods to kind of use engagement with the viewers. One is, yeah, you can directly to the camera ask them, talk about something. Let's say you're talking about, I don't know, whatever, and say, so, make sure you let me know in the comments below if you've ever used this product, or am I missing something? Is there something I should know about? Blah, blah, blah. You can directly ask the camera. Or while you're talking about a specific subject, you can use text in there and say, so you're not really stopping the flow of what you're filming, talk about a subject, and then in the title or in the text, you can sit there and say, let me know in the comments below if you've used this product or whatever. And then you can also utilize in the comment, you can pin a comment on top. And I like to do this with everyone. I try to ask a question with my very first comment to a video. So if someone does read the comments, it's not just, hey, thanks for watching. It's, hey, thanks for watching. Please let me know if you've used this product and what you think about it. And it's something that entices them to answer and start a conversation, because comments are not there to build someone's ego up. Say, hey, a bunch of people are watching my video when they're leaving comments. If you utilize it right, it's to start a conversation. And for me, the conversation is what it's all about. If you can engage with someone that is unknown to you, well, what if that unknown person is someone who doesn't know if they are for or against firearms? But if you pose a question, they might have a question to ask you, and then you can start a conversation. Next thing you know, just by a simple question and being polite with them, you might turn them into someone who's at least open to a discussion about firearms that may not previously have been that. So you can use it a lot of different ways.
Okay. What about you, Clever?
Yeah, I mean those are all valid. So I don't think I have anything to add to that.
So I want to talk about a video editor that I use, and I'll just offer it out to people out there. I use Filmora by Wondershare, and I find that it does everything I need it to do. It's got a very easy learning curve. There's a free trial that you can download it and try it for yourself. And you can either buy like a 1-year subscription for $40, or if you just buy a lifetime subscription, not a subscription, it's a license, and it'll cost you $60. And it doesn't just work for video. I've used it to edit my podcast as well. So you can edit just the sound. You can edit just the video. You can put the tracks together. And it does everything I need it to do. Now, it's not like super duper professional, but I think for people who are getting into this sort of thing and are looking for a robust editor that'll do what they need it to do, but isn't like super complicated and won't break the bank, I highly recommend this.
And what was the name of it again?
It's called Filmora, Filmora, and it's by a company known as Wondershare. So you may hear it referenced as Wondershare Filmora.
I've actually heard of it. I have not used it, but I've heard a lot of people that have, and they're really happy with it. So yeah, that's awesome.
Very good.
So there, I dropped the link in our chat, and you can post it to the channel.
Okay. I will do that. All right. So does anyone have any questions at the moment? Jessie, you doing all right over there?
Well, since Clover and Ghost have been doing this a lot longer, what video style would you suggest for those that are thinking about turning on the cameras for the first time?
Be yourself. Don't try to find a style when you first start out. Honestly, that's the best thing I can say is turn the camera on, talk to the camera as if you're talking to a buddy of yours, trying to explain something to them. And I would say that Clover, even Aaron will probably tell you the same thing. In podcasting and in videos, don't try to create a style. Just be yourself, and you'll evolve you'll find out what your style is. Just kind of be yourself. That's what I would say.
Yeah, if we're talking about style in the sense of what type of video it is, then starting out, yeah, I mean, I agree. Talking to the camera, that would be a commentary, probably. And I don't know if that's on the list that you've got there of all the stuff or not, but yeah, probably commentary. That's going to require a little bit of prep work. I mean, you want to, obviously, if you're not knowledgeable about what you're talking about, you want to get that way. But you don't have to have product, and you don't have to concern yourself with various camera angles and different things like that, and locations and what have you. You can just kick on the camera and then comment, give your rundown, your opinion on topics of the day, or certain firearms, or whatever it might be.
That's very helpful, actually.
All right. Very good. Very good. So I'm kind of at a loss at the moment.
Well, here, let me ask a question, if I may.
There you go. Very good.
Okay, so you fellas who make videos, obviously you need a camera, a web camera. What would you recommend for someone who is starting out?
Cell phone.
Just using your cell phone.
Cell phone, absolutely.
I use my cell phone more than any other camera I have, except for the live streaming, and I've got a Logitech. Well, let me back up. Except for live, if I'm gonna live stream actually from the laptop, if I'm live streaming from mobile stuff, I mean it's still on the cell phone, but yeah, 99% of it I'd say pretty close cell phone.
Do you just hold it? Do you have a tripod for it? How do you mount it?
Tripod. So either tripod mount of some sort, or gimbal. If you're going to walk around with it, a gimbal helps because that's a stabilizer, basically. And then, yeah, you can get tripod mount phone cradles, or whatever you want to call them, really cheap. You can get the ones that suction up to the windshield in your car if you're going to do some kind of a, video. A lot of people do it. They'll kick it on and they'll talk while they're driving down the road, or something like that. Yeah, those are cheap. I mean, the little spring loaded ones that you can get are weigh well under $10, and you can get all types of little tripods and big tripods. So if you're just doing it from a desktop or a tabletop, you can just get a little, use a little bitty tripod, like something like a Joby, Joby, like a Joby tripod or something like that, all the way up to the big, 50, 54, 60-inch professional tripods.
Now, Armintha, you had some really cool looking, it looked like a staff, and it would rotate with you when you moved. And I thought that was really cool. What's that?
You're talking about the gimbal.
Yes. Okay.
I actually ended up with it because my husband has one. Except mine's prettier because it's bedazzled, obviously.
Obviously.
But in all honesty, other than to stabilize it and it to be the monopod, at events it's kind of cool, but for everyday use, it's definitely not. I've got two tripods with the phone mount on it, and and then I've got a small one that'll fit on a table. And I've actually got two older cell phones. I want to say they're like a 5S iPhone, and then I've got my 8X, or I don't even know what it is. It's a newer one, and that's what I film on all the time. So, but that gimbal, I've used it once. Seriously, I used it at.
Yeah, mine.
That's wrong. I used it twice, because I used it at Tulsa, and then I turned around and used it at NRA, and it's been in the box ever since.
Oh, that's too bad, because I thought it was really cool.
Well, it's I don't know. It's a purpose-driven piece of equipment. It's just like a lot of things. It's like firearms. It's more for on-the-go type stuff. So if you're like walking around, and then for trade shows, the biggest thing with being at trade shows or gun shows or something with a lot of people, what you run into, unfortunately, with the tripod, and it'd be okay if you had a crew. If you had somebody standing there with the tripod, that would be okay, because you would kind of have somebody guarding it. But people are rude as heck, and they're not paying attention. They're not watching where they're going. And, what's going to happen if you go to a trade show and you set up a tripod, somebody's going to walk by and kick it. And they're gonna either mess up your shot, or worst case scenario, it's gonna fall over and you're gonna damage your phone or camera or whatever's sitting on top of it. So the thing about the monopod is it offers you a solution to where it's one single leg going down. You have control of that, but you're able to still get, especially with wide camera angles, you're still able to get yourself and at least one other person in the shot to do an interview or something like that.
Okay, so stability and control.
Yeah. And it's also great for, the stability part is cool because of B-roll. I've done a lot of B-roll because you take, and if you're just holding your camera and you're trying to get that rolling, gliding, smooth shot, maybe across a table of firearms, or maybe across a wall of firearms, or you just want to pan a crowd, or something like that. If you do it from your phone, and you especially know it if you slow that down at all, you can really see it, that it's kind of choppy. And with the gimbal, all of that stuff, like I said, with B-roll, you're able to get a lot better B-roll footage with that thing.
Okay, so B-roll being things like background shots, establishing shots.
Yeah, just like I said, just product on the table. You scan, go from one end of the table, pan the camera basically from one end of the table to the other, that type of thing.
Okay.
All right. So I think we've actually had a really good show tonight. So, and I've been looking for some ideas of different ways to do my videos, like I said, because while I know who I am and I'm comfortable with who I am looking for a more creative way, I guess, because I do like being creative. I want a more creative way to put my videos out there. So for me, I thought this was a really good topic, and I really appreciate the guys jumping in and talking to us about some of this too. So it's really nice to be able to pick their brain sometimes.
You're a very creative person as far as arts and crafts and all that. And I'm assuming, and if I'm talking about something you guys have already talked about, tell me to shut up. But I'm assuming you watch YouTube videos on different arts and crafts channels and all that. Am I somewhat near the ballpark?
I only do when they're on, usually if I'm scrolling through it and it comes on Facebook or something, but I don't, unless it's something specific that I'm going to look for.
Do you have a specific channel that if you're looking for how to do an arts and crafts thing, is there a go-to channel that you like watching?
No, you make it sound like I have that kind of time, and I don't.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, if I'm saying this is if you're looking, are you subscribed to any arts and crafts? The reason where I'm going with this is if you find yourself gravitating towards a certain channel or a certain type of channel, whether they're funny or they're whatever, that's something that you're interested in. And regardless if it's firearms or not, no matter what niche, most of the stuff that I watch on YouTube is entrepreneurial business, tech stuff. I don't watch a whole lot of gun stuff on YouTube, but you can find ideas and different styles and different ways of doing videos for no matter what video you're watching. It doesn't have to be guns. So if you are watching something and you see a video, it's like, oh man, I like the way they did this. They structured this video.
Mhm.
Take that idea and make it your own.
Yeah. That's one of the things though that kind of helped me, and I've come across this, but I've also, like I said, I've had my program for over a year now, but I'm still learning it. I just learned the picture-in-picture the other day. My most recent gun cleaning video, let's see, I was able to put 4 different videos kind of going at the same time within kind of as that preview to what you're going to see in the video after we had talked about one of those in Clover's nerd chat. But I just figured out how to do that. So I'm still learning, and I don't know that I come across as funny.
I think you're hilarious.
Yeah, but you're biased. So it's not the same. I don't know that I come across that way if you're not like in person with me though. So anyway, no, but I like the way you're thinking. I wish I had the time to sit down and watch more videos. If I'm not sitting just doing research or something, I typically have got a lot going on. I wish I had more downtime to be able to do that.
I totally don't steal ideas from anybody else. I don't watch people and go, oh, I'm gonna copy that. I just don't. I just do my own thing, and most of it's because I hate editing, so I'm gonna do it as simplistic as I can possibly do it most times.
Man, I need my
That's
boot.
it, yeah.
Hold on.
Do what? Okay, both of you are talking at the same time. I didn't catch either one of you.
Sounded like she said she needed her boot.
She was talking about Clover. And Jessie, I hate to tell you this, but he is pretty, yeah. He knows, and I don't mean he's pretty. I cut myself off there. But he knows what he's doing, and when he goes, he's already got it in his head what he's gonna do. And no, it doesn't take him that many takes to get out there and do what he's gonna get done. It'll make you sick, I promise.
I think
Yeah,
I
more
can watch
takes.
it. Hold on.
More takes is more editing, and I don't like editing. So yeah.
What did you say, Ghost?
Oh, I was just going to say that I enjoy the editing side of things. Obviously, the people know that about me, that I enjoy the editing. And yeah, I like I said, I'll see a video or I'll see an intro or I'll see something that from another channel that I like, and I'll take that idea, make it my own. But, obviously, I'm looking to always up my game or evolve or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, if you enjoy the editing, that's the fun part of it for me. Is I'm not an artistic person. I truly can mess up a circle and a stick figure. I'm not kidding when I say that. So video and Photoshop and all that is my way of being artistic. So I enjoy that side of it.
And I get that. Now, for me, I think it comes different depending on what it is. One of my gun cleaning videos that I did most recently, I needed a photo of the tools that you needed, and I was going to list them off, but I was going to pull the picture from the video, but it just did not look right. The photo didn't. And I was going to try to get them to send me another photo of that. And that actually was on July the 3rd, and July the 4th was obviously a holiday and wasn't going to be able to do it. So if you've seen that video, I actually ended up going into Photoshop and making like a little template and was able to put their product on either side with their logo at the top, their website on the bottom, and then went through. And that's part of me learning my programming too. I was able to take and make a template and then go in with the video program and add the words of what products or what supplies you needed for the video or to do the task that we were going to do. So I think it was kind of like I needed to get that video done, and I needed a way to go ahead and make sure that that happened. And for me, it was like, there's more than one way to get this done. So I kind of was, because I'm always thinking of how else can I do this? What's an alternative? So I enjoy editing, and then again, I don't. It depends on what it is. So anyway, since I seem to have killed that one.
I do not enjoy editing at all.
That's why you make your husband do it, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha. Stacey, do you have anything?
No, I mean, I haven't ever tried editing, so like I said, my husband does it all. Once I start doing it or start learning, then, you know, I'll see whether or not I want to keep doing it or keep making him do it.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, Jessie, I think we've hit our hour. We're actually a little past it, so if you want to carry us out.
All right, we're going to go ahead and wind things down for the evening. Let's run through the panel one last time. We'll start with Ghost.
Oh, thanks for having me. Sorry I was late, but enjoyed the conversation, and thanks for having me again. Appreciate it very much.
We are glad you joined us. How about you, Clover?
I appreciate the invite and good topic. So just a reminder to everybody out there that you can turn on the camera, you can turn on the microphone and be a part of the solution, not the problem. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us, and absolutely. How about you, Aaron? What do you have going on?
Thankfully, I don't have anything going on until September. And then in late September, pulling up the calendar here, yeah, it'll be the weekend of the 20th through the 22nd. I will be in Phoenix for Gun Rights Policy Conference, and I'll mention that as we get closer. But until then, I got nothing going on, which is great. I've just been running myself ragged, and I will enjoy a couple of months hanging out and being here on Sunday with you gals.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest and relaxation.
Oh, I will.
How about you, Stacey?
Not too much. Recuperating from the weekend at the lake. Other than that, we helped my husband shoot some video tonight because I went out there and shot his the Canik TP9 Elite Combat Executive. That's a really long name. But went out there and shot that for a while tonight, and I'm gonna try and do my own video on it at some point, as well as the SAR9. So hopefully I can get both of those done. But other than that, I'm gonna try and get those done.
Very cool. How about you, Armintha?
Let's see. I still have another video, a gun cleaning video to edit. And I get to go pick out a new firearm. Well, new to me. Because I'm going to go shoot something new to me this week. I don't know what yet. So any suggestions? Y'all can hit me up and let me know what you think I should go shoot. But yeah.
Very cool. For me, I'm just getting ready for my kids' summer vacation to end and them come back home. So it's going to be a fun week.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah. If you're new to Gun Gals, we would like you to invite our Facebook page. We are also on Instagram. Real quick, a huge shout out to Gun Channels. If you haven't yet, go check it out. Gun Channels is an online 2A community where we can share and connect with other like-minded members. We stream live there as well as here every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have you heard of GunStreamer? We're over there too. It's awesome. Go check them out. Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of GunGals Live. We would love your input for what content you would like to see from the live show and for the rest of the channel. You can share your thoughts and ideas or just send us some love at info@gun-gals.com. Good night, y'all, and we'll see y'all on the next video.